Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Today is a special episode. I'm doing a deep dive on Jobber Summit 2024. This is a free conference that everyone can join. It's online. There's a lot of amazing things that's happening at this event, and I want to make sure you have all the information you need so you can sign up, join, and take your business to the next level. Reach new heights, March 6, 2024. Connect with your community at this free online event and get expert advice you need to reach new heights and success in your home service business. Sean. Hi, Sean. It's great to see you on the live stream today. Hope you're having an amazing Sunday. I scooped a lot of poop today. Hopefully your day was just as eventful. Glad to see you too, man. Thank you for joining today. Are you ready to reach new heights? Don't miss out on the chance to join thousands of other home service pros for a free day of learning to reach new heights and success and help you run a smoother business on March 6, 2024. I'm super excited about this event. I participated in the last Jobber Summit last year. It was an awesome experience. There were so many guest speakers. There were a bunch of different tracks that I was able to pick and choose the different types of trainings that I wanted. And it was just overall a really fun experience meeting and talking to other entrepreneurs and small business owners. You're the reason why I started my business, Sean. That is so awesome to hear. I'm really glad I inspired you to start a poop scooping business. I'm super curious. How's it going? Like, you got any customers? You've been scooping a lot? Like, let me know. Fritz the Horrible. Hey Anthony, hey Fritz. Good to see you today on this Sunday night live stream. Flexible timing to fit your schedule. So the cool thing about Jobber Summit this year is they're running two different tracks, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern. So it doesn't matter if you're working or if you need to miss half of the event, you can participate in the second half of the event. So they broke up the event into two different times just to have it more accommodating for everyone and their busy schedule. What you'll learn at the event: advice from industry experts. Hear from experts covering in-demand topics that will strengthen your business and leadership skills no matter what stage of business you're in. Live networking. Connect with other industry professionals and learn from other experiences. And join from anywhere. Did I tell you that's an online event? Our event is online, so you can join in with any device from anywhere with an internet connection, even on a break between jobs. Are you ready to attend Jobber Summit? It's 100% free. So if you're just joining us on the live stream today, I'm just doing a deep dive on Jobber Summit 2024. If you want to register for Jobber Summit, make sure you go to poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit and you'll be able to register and sign up for this free event. Oh, and by the way, I actually have a swag box right here from Jobber for Jobber Summit. So if you stick around to the end, I haven't opened this yet. I don't know what's in this, but if you stick around to the end, I'm going to open it and we're going to find out what kind of swag Jobber sent my way. So some of the keynote speakers, some of the hosts of the event: James Clear, #1 New York Times best-selling author, Atomic Habits. This is one of my favorite books. I highly recommend reading Atomic Habits. Before I go into more of that, Sean, yes, I have about 10 peeps right now, but I haven't pushed it too hard, but I'm going to very soon in March. Sean, I suggest you start pushing right now. There's no day but today. The sooner you start pushing, either when it comes to advertising or just doing posting content online, doing something right now, that's super important, because by the time it's March, I don't know where you are in the United States, if there's still snow on the ground, when all that snow melts, it's game on. People are going to reach out to you like crazy. So the more you post, the more you are putting yourself out there before the busy season, you will only set yourself up for success. Kyle Fox, I'm going to be starting real soon. I just don't know how confident I am and how many customers I'll get around me. Doesn't matter about how many customers you'll get, in my opinion. It's about taking care of the customers you have right now, even if it's just one. Provide such an amazing experience to that one customer that they recommend you to their own mama. If you do such an amazing job with your service, it's only going to be natural with word of mouth and referrals that your brand, your service, it's going to grow. So just try being the best business owner, the best entrepreneur, the best pooper scooper out there, and I promise you, you will go far. You just have to start doing it. Fits the horrible. I decided to not go with Jobber at the moment. Just too costly for me right now. Granted, now I need to use several apps that Jobber does in one app, but yeah, just can't justify the cost right now. All I can say when it comes to Jobber, for me, it blew up my business. In my first year, I made $13,000 scooping dog poop. I did everything with Venmo and Facebook. My second year, I switched to Jobber, and after that second year, I made $55,000 using Jobber as my CRM. When you do the math, all you really need is one or two customers paying you on a weekly basis, and that will pay the subscription plan for Jobber. So if you have two customers, you can afford Jobber. Now I understand it might be difficult to use sometimes when you're brand new. Any software is super complicated to learn, but all I can say is amazing things about Jobber because it's transformed my life. It's transforming a bunch of people's lives with their free Jobber Summit. So I hope the apps that you're using, it's helping you manage your workflows. I'm curious on what software you are using, but I just love Jobber. I'm going to be a Jobber life hard for life. James Clear. James Clear is a writer, keynote speaker, and one of the world's leading experts on habit formation, decision making, and continuous improvement. His book, Atomic Habits, like I said, super highly recommend this book. Atomic Habits has sold over 50 million copies worldwide and spent a year on the New York Times bestseller. He draws on the most proven ideas from biology, psychology, and neuroscience to create an easy to understand guide for making good habits inevitable and bad habits impossible. So he's going to be one of the keynote speakers at Jobber Summit. Another host for the event, Kevin O'Connor. He's an Emmy Award-winning host of the PBS series This Old House and Ask This Old House, and has been on the show since 2003. In 2022, This Old House received a Lifetime Achievement Emmy and joins only two other series awarded this honor, 60 Minutes and Sesame Street. Kevin is the author of The Best Homes of This Old House, and in addition to serving the editorial board of This Old House magazine, Kevin has hosted Clear Story, a top-ranked podcast, as well as Roku, the DIY Network, and the History Channel. So I'm super excited to hear Kevin O'Connor. There's a lot of things that he has years and years of experience, so it'll be super awesome to hear his perspective. Another question. Do you recommend offering to clean litter boxes for cats? Might sound weird, but I had a family member offer to pay. Honestly, I don't think anything is weird in the society that we live in. Everyone has busy lives. People want to delegate their responsibilities to someone else. If they have the money, you should do whatever you want for a service, right? Specifically when it comes to litter boxes, I don't really like doing litter box service. I know there are some scoopers out there that they do offer litter box services. They purchase a lot of cardboard boxes. There are cardboard box litter boxes. So you can provide a litter box to someone that's a cardboard box, and then you swap out that box every 2 to 3 weeks, or every month every other week, right? You'll go to their yard, you'll go inside their house or wherever you decide to scoop the litter box. You'll clean the litter box of the poops for the first 2 weeks, and then when you come back at on week 4, then you swap out the box because it's cardboard, right? And cats pee in it, so eventually that cardboard box will get soggy, and it'll just deteriorate. So you're gonna have to constantly switch out the cardboard box if you go down that route. It also is super smelly. I have two cats. I love my cats. I use wood pellets. I don't really know how people would feel about their cats using wood pellets, but it's probably the best thing out there for cats. It just turned the wood pellets just turn into dust after a cat pees in it, right? So it makes it super easy, and it's less smelly than normal litter sand. But I would, if you want to do it, I mean, just do it. Just make sure you charge enough, and you also need to be careful about not going into people's houses. There are some scoopers out there that they will go into someone's house to service their litter box. I don't like going to people's houses because that just adds a bunch more liability to your business, and it might actually be against your liability insurance. Well, that's the excuse I tell people when they say like, hey, can you scoop my dog poop inside my bedroom? I just blame my insurance and say, sorry, my insurance doesn't allow me to go inside people's houses. So you just got to be careful with that. Sean, I wish it snowed here. I'm in Lake Havasu, Arizona. Oh, also, I just retired from a crazy ass job. That's why I haven't pushed it. Hey, enjoy your retirement. And I know being a scooping is such a rewarding job. It's also hard work. So at least enjoy your retirement just for a little bit, and then, you know, expand your wings and start picking up that dog poop. Hell, I will do dog, cat, horses. If it shits, I'll scoop it. I mean, I don't know about horses. There's some farms out here with a bunch of horses, and there's so much poop in those yards, and you couldn't pay me enough to pick up horse poop. It's a full-time job, like being a I don't know what the technical term, like a farmer's boy, a farmer hand, like the people who work on farms. It's a full-time job scooping poop for these animals. So cats, I don't know, I'll do cats. Horses, I'll never do horses. Dogs, I'll scoop dog poop all day. Another host for Jobber Summit, Oscar Gill. Oscar Gill is the owner of R3 Auto Detailing. He also has a YouTube channel. His videos are awesome if you're into auto detailing, where he offers high-end detail services at his shop and his mobile unit in Houston, Texas. He also runs Detail Groove, an educational platform where he shares his 10 plus years of business knowledge and experience with other aspiring local business owners. In 2014, he realized he needed to focus more on marketing to grow his business. He ranked his website on the first page of Google with SEO, and his business changed forever. SEO is a big part of any business, and it is super awesome that he was able to figure that out and took his business to the next level. So I'm very excited to hear from Oscar and from his perspective at Jobber Summit 2024. Poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit if you want to register. Insurance. That's why I might not start with spraying yard with anything like wishy-wash. Dog could pass for whatever reason and be blamed on you. Well, when it comes to wishy-wash specifically, it's a kennel grade sanitizer. I wouldn't call it a disinfectant. I don't remember the exact term that Wishy-Wash calls it, but it's a kennel grade sanitizer, and you just have to tell them, like, as long as the dogs are not actively in the yard while you're spraying, and I also tell them just give it 20-30 minutes for it to dry, you will be 100% okay. Wishy-Wash isn't going to kill a dog unless you're spraying them right in their mouth or spraying right in their eyeballs. So I would not be worried about Wishy-Wash, but I'm also not, well, I am a professional. This is my professionally unlicensed opinion because I don't need a license, and I don't think most people don't need a license to use Wishy-Wash because it's kennel grade. So you would have to check the requirements in your state or your town, but I'm almost certain you do not need a license for Wishy-Wash, so just be careful with that. The plan I would need is the core plan. I just don't have the extra 100 something a month. Yes, I have more than 2 customers. I have 15 or more are trickling over from another YouTube business. That's awesome. And it really does come down to how much you value your time and your energy. So I don't know what apps you're using to manage your business. When I started, I did everything on Facebook, and I had to message a bunch of people, coordinating the appointment reminders with them, following up on customers for payments, right? It was super annoying. And it's one of those things where even if you're not doing something, you get so you have so much stress and anxiety with all the manual labor that you do from not automating your systems or your processes depending on the CRM or the apps you use, that it just drains you. So whether you use Jobber or whether you use some other platform, it's just going to take your business to the next level. Like any sort of automation, any sort of tracking, that just helps you seem a lot more professional. So if you have 15 customers, do look into software to at least automate parts of your business. But I haven't written it off for the future. By the way, do you encounter any rocked yards? And if so, how do you avoid scooping the rocks up? So I actually have this article on my website. Let me try to pull this up for you. 1 second. So if you go on my website, poopscoopsfornoobs.com, there's this article, the 18 best professional pooper scooper tools for your pet waste removal business in 2024. I have a list of all the tools I personally use for my business, but the one that I use for rocks is this lightweight reacher grabber tool. It's the Agula reacher grabber tool. This is such an amazing piece of equipment. It's like really, really long tongs. I have scoliosis and a herniated disc, so it's very difficult for me to constantly reach down and bend over and pick up poop out of the rocks. I know a lot of scoopers in Arizona, they have to glove up and pick up dog poop with their hands. I physically can't do that. After 5-10 minutes of doing that, like my back's on fire and it's just too much. This lightweight reacher grabber tool, it's super long, I think 18 to 20 inches. I don't remember off the top of my head, but it has these really sharp teeth at the end. It's super easy to, like, you just press on the rubber part right here and it closes it. I love this tool. This lightweight aluminum tool is rust proof and designed for durability, making it the perfect for outdoor use, and its precise grabbing mechanism allows for targeted waste pickup without collecting excess rocks or debris, a common challenge when using a rake. I love using my Corona rake, but this rake is super difficult to use in gravel and rock areas unless you just like picking up rocks. So I would highly suggest going to my website, poopscoopsfornoobs.com. Go look for the article, professional equipment and supplies, on the top banner or on the landing page, and get yourself this Agula reacher grabber tool. It's the best thing out there for rocks, in my opinion. Yardbook, routine, Google Calendar are a few I'm using. I heard Yardbook is pretty good. I know it's also super cheap. I don't have much experience with Yardbook. I just know it's pretty good for what it does. So as long as you're using stuff, then I'm excited for you. Just keep pushing through. Although Jobber looks amazing, $50 a month is pricey. I'm starting with Square, and if I ever do take off, I will most definitely switch. Square is a good platform. I have a colleague of mine, he lives in Texas. He was doing everything with Square, and then he started just pushing his business more. He started hiring people. He has two new employees, 2 or 3 employees working for him. He started a completely different location, scooping like 3 hours away, and he was on Square, and I convinced him to go on Jobber, and he told me that he can't imagine doing everything that he's doing right now on Square. Now, I don't use Square. I don't know a lot of the features. I know it can do invoices, and that's the extent to my Square knowledge, so I can't really give advice. But as long, like I said to other people, as long as it's helping you keep track of your appointments, as long as it's helping you automate stuff, then you can't go wrong. But eventually you will outgrow Square and you'll have to find another system. What would you do on a snowy day? Skip it or go out and do the best you can with the yard? So what I do is I scoop all year long, rain, snow, or shine, as long as it's not actively snowing, and if it's not safe to drive, I don't go out. But if it just snowed the night before, right? If it's like 1 to 2 inches, I'll still go. I go to the yard, I'll shuffle my feet through all the snow, and then I also pick at the snow with my rake. I'll also drag it on the side of me while I walk and I shuffle my feet, so that way either your boots or your rake will catch onto something and then you can scoop it up. The way I frame it, it's better to pick up at least 1 or 2 pieces of dog poop than nothing at all, because that's one or two less pieces that could accidentally be tracked inside from soggy paws or your boots. This is also a struggle that I had in the past with post pay, because I've talked about before how I charge people post service. So when you do post service, you feel obligated to go even if it's snowing, because if you don't go, then you just won't get paid unless you have in your terms of service like, hey, if we skip your day because of snow, we'll come back the next week and we're going to charge double, right? If you don't have anything like that, then it's really hard not to go because you won't get paid. I'm actually starting my transition into requiring prepayment for my customers. So I've closed out 6 or 7 new customers within the last 2 days, 2 or 3 days, and I'm making them prepay now. So I charge them my initial cleaning, as well as charge them for prepayment for the next month if they want reoccurring services. And people are signing up for reoccurring services while on that prepay model. So I'm super excited about that. We're almost done with our winter season here, but it's going to help me at the end of the year when there's snow, because they already paid me. All I need to do is fulfill the work, and it's in my term of service. It's in my terms of service that if we skip the yard because of snow, we're gonna come back and do double duty, and there's no refunds. I still need to find something that will allow me to send a text to customers that will let them know I'm on the way and when I'm done. Yeah, Jobber does that for me automatically. I know there are other CRMs out there that they will do some sort of automated text. I can't. I don't have any recommendations on software like that other than Easy Texting or Emitter. Those are 2 texting softwares out there, but that's more for text marketing and not for text automations. So I can't help you there. I'm sorry. I hate it when it snows. Courtney from San Diego, Scoop. Love you, Courtney. And I'm super jealous because I don't think it ever snows in San Diego. I hate the snow. I used to love snow so much, and now I don't. I'm going to treat it more like my buddy's landscape company. Just explain you visit once a week whenever is most suitable. It's weather dependent anyway, so as long as they are aware you are arriving. That is true. Like, as long as you set expectations with customers, put it in your terms of service, right? What your weekly schedules are like. I'm doing changes where I'm removing my arrival times. So I tell people, hey, your scooping day is on Tuesday, and we will send you a text 30 minutes to an hour before we show up. But there's no more arrival windows, because I'm at the point where I can't meet these times because the routes are getting so big. People are crazy out there in traffic, or maybe I just don't want to, it's not a scalable solution putting arrival times, so I completely removed that. All good, no need to stress to make appointment too much when you have too many customers. It's true. Just set people up for a day, as long as it's efficient for your route. Try to minimize as much driving to save on gas as possible. No arrival times. That's something, it took me 3 years to learn this. I had up to 80 reoccurring customers, and I was still doing arrival times. And just in this last 2 weeks, I'm slowly starting the transition to remove arrival times. Do you have any tools, suggestions for cleaning up dog poop on cement, or is it most on the ground? So for cement, I'm gonna go back to this article that I created on my website, the 18 best professional pooper scooper tools for 2024. So when it comes to cement, with the GT3070 cultivator rake, I actually like turning it on the side so you can have at least one flat part of the rake to scrape against the ground, and that'll help with concrete. The lightweight my Gula Reacher Grabber tool, that's good for concrete, but you'll be picking stuff up one at a time. But then there's this also, this dog pooper scooper tray, rake, and spade. There's this item on Amazon. This one specifically, this flat piece, this is super good on concrete areas. You can either scoop it, like you jab it and you scoop it from underneath, or you scrape against the concrete and you and you bring it to your dustpan. So those 3 items I would recommend for concrete. I use the Corona rake for almost everything, and then I use this red grabber tool for rocks. Those are pretty much the only 2 tools I use for my scooping business. I do prepaid myself, no issue so far. I just had to raise my rates a bit, and so far no kickback, but I know it will happen. But it's either pay me my rates or find somebody else. It's true. And on Jobber and every other payment CRM and payment processor, you always pay a percentage in fees for them to process the payments. So if you're doing post-pay service, you're always getting dinged. At least with Jobber, it was 2.7% plus 30 cents for each transaction. So every single transaction, you lost a little bit. So I think I did my taxes for last year, and I think I paid over $3,000 or $4,000 in just transaction fees. So now that I'm moving to this prepaid model, transaction fees should go down significantly, and you force people into compliance. They either follow your instructions and pay you what you're worth, or they find someone else who's better aligned with their budget and what they want out of a pooper scooper. Yeah, no arrival times for me. I let them know the day and will text them within the hour of their scoop and when I'm done. I don't need that extra stress. It was extremely stressful, and honestly, it got to the point where like I'll set somebody for 4:30, for example, and I won't show up for 4:45 or 4:50, and they already know me. They already know that I'm consistent, that I'm going to show up. I still text them that I'm on my way, but even the arrival times, I didn't adhere to those arrival times. It was more for me, just so I can have them on my Jobber schedule in like the order that I wanted, and that's the only reason why I had arrival times. Other than the fact that with Jobber, you can set up an automated notice that gets sent out. I had an automated text that got sent out an hour before their scheduled time, so they would get a text message 1 hour before their arrival window. Now that I'm removing arrival windows, my customers won't get that automated message, so we're gonna have to manually send out a message saying, hey, we're on our way in 30 to 60 minutes. Advertising. Do you recommend yard signs, or do you feel people might feel some type of way about it for a business? I mean, it's funny that you talk about yard signs, because I got my yard sign right here. We've placed around, I would say 40 or 50 yard signs so far in a bunch of different neighborhoods. And I've had 3 people contact me within the last week about seeing my signs. 2 of them happen to be a husband and the wife, and they both contacted me on separate days. So it's funny that they just happened to see the sign and they both thought about it. But another person contacted us today. So yard signs are really awesome to promote your business. You can just put them where there's high traffic areas. I like putting them in dog parks or areas where you know there's going to be a lot of people walking their dogs, as well as public locations where they already have a doggy bag station where they're telling the community, please pick up after your dog. I've been putting my yard signs right next to that doggy bag station, and I haven't had anybody reach out to me yet complaining, and frankly, I don't care if they complain. This is my business. I'm going to do whatever it takes to grow my business. If competitors start taking my signs, okay, whatever. I hope I don't find out who they are, because they don't want to get in a lawn sign war with me. And if the county or city complains, then it's better to ask for forgiveness and permission. They don't pay your bills. They don't control your destiny. You control your destiny. So if you want to do lawn signs, and also talk to your customers, because I bet you will have at least 1 or 2 customers that genuinely care about you, and they would love to help you grow your business, and you can put a lawn sign on their yard for free. Yeah, Square for auto charges 3.5% plus 15 cents. Figure $80 a month for 30% away for taxes. I only profit $53.05 a month, but I feel anything more for bare minimum isn't worth it. That's pretty steep, and it's going to add up in the long run. So let's go back to this job or something? I love all these questions. Keep asking me all these questions because I'm here to help you grow your business. And I'm also here to share you about Jobber Summit because I'm super, super excited about Jobber Summit. You know, one thing I'm extra excited for about Jobber Summit, our very own Erica Crouppen from Crouppen Swoop and Scoopin. I'm sure you've seen her YouTube channel. She's going to be at Jobber Summit. She's one of the speakers. Erica Crouppen is an owner of Crouppen Swoop and Scoopin in Westland, Michigan. She is a self-taught entrepreneur making waves in the dog waste removal industry by growing Crouppen Swoop and Scoop into a six-figure business. Erica has used her communication skills and business knowledge to share her tips and tricks with others, especially through the Scoop podcast. This is a great podcast of Erica's. If you haven't checked it out, I highly suggest it. The Scoop on iTunes, Spotify. I think it's Spotify, but she's on a bunch of different podcast platforms. And her Crouppen Poop and Scoopin YouTube channel. She has been a guest on Grand Rapids Fox News, a speaker for her local high school DECA members, and most recently gave a presentation at the Jobber booth during the huge convention in Nashville, Tennessee. Erica's mission is to share her experience in hopes to inspire others with her journey. I love Erica. We all have a lot to thank her for starting her YouTube channel. I know I learned a lot because of her videos. I started my YouTube channel because of Erica. So Erica has a special, special place in my heart. And I'm so excited and hyped that a Pooper Scooper is at Jobber Summit 2024. You want to register? poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit. Register now so you don't miss Erica's presentation. I'm getting my LLC March 1st. What do you suggest I prepare for before using Google Ads for the first client? I probably wouldn't use Google Ads to start off. I would suggest making your Google business profile. Like, you would need that. I know the requirements for a business profile on Google is a lot harder now. They require a lot more verification. At least what I've heard, like, you'll have to get on a call with them and do some sort of video call to verify that you are who you say you are. But I would also suggest creating a Facebook page, posting on your Facebook, posting in community groups, in towns and cities in your state for dog owners or dog lovers. Contact dog-related stores and businesses in your area, vet clinics, dog stores, Petco, PetSmart, dog trainers, breeders. You can find a lot of this information online just by Googling dog breeder near me or dog store near me, and you will have a plethora of people that you can contact and say, hey, I am a Pooper Scooper. I want to offer my services to your customers. Can I leave my business cards here? Or can I rent out a spot on your window so you can put a flyer there? Like, there's a bunch of ways you can provide value to these businesses, and they will love to help you out as long as you're helping them out, you know? Yeah. In winter, I recommend offering snow removal. Almost a guarantee every customer you have currently will pay. Pretty much a lock. If you can't afford a plow or truck right away, shovel snow blowing works. That works perfectly. I've always thought about doing snow removal. I know Erica did snow removal at one point. The only issue is, for me, is my back pain and my herniated disc. So unless I hire people to do snow removal for me and then I have good enough margins, I'd rather just focus my energy on one avenue, which is being the best goddamn Pooper Scooper out there in this state, and keep hiking up my prices because I am a premium service. I provide a lot of value to all my customers, and that's my plan. I would love to branch off to other markets or other services, but I'd rather be the best in one thing than mediocre in several things. So back to Jobber Summit. Let's go here. Back to Jobber Summit. There are a whole bunch of speakers, a whole bunch of presentations. The cool thing about Jobber Summit this year is there's going to be the main stage, right? There's going to be these big presentations and speakers that are happening at that point in time, as well as different track sessions depending on what you want to learn. So the kickoff event, this is starting at 10 a.m. to 10:20. Remember, because there's two there's 2 times for the event, the morning and the evening, right? So 10 a.m. to 10:20 or 6 p.m. to 6:20. Kick off Jobber Summit with fellow attendees, where our host and Jobber CEO will welcome attendees, make some special announcements, and give a sneak peek into what you can expect through the event. And then Atomic Habits for Business Success, presented by Company Cam. Hack your habits, build a solid foundation for success with productive behaviors. And then it'll be Jobber Product Spotlight. In today's age, you can't run a successful home service business without Jobber. Find out how you can run an efficient business while delivering a professional customer experience, and get a look at some of our upcoming features. What's next for home service? Stay ahead of the curve. Get ready for upcoming trends in the home service industry. And then that's a wrap. Join our host as he closes out Jobber Summit and looks into the future. So those are the big tentpole events happening at Jobber Summit, and then they have 3 different tracks that you can follow along depending on where you are in your entrepreneurial journey. Build a custom agenda of sessions that matter the most to you, with experts covering in-demand topics in our 3 tracks. Each session in Jobber Summit is available in both a morning and evening time. All times listed are in Eastern time. So before I go into this, how do you price the service competitors? How do you price versus competitors? I honestly don't care what my competitors price. I know what I value my time and worth. I try to price my services between $1 to $2 a minute, closer to $2. And frankly, it doesn't matter what your competitors are doing. If you want to compete with your competitors, then you will be promoting that your business is a commodity instead of a premium service. If you have customers coming to you and they're making price-based decisions instead of value-based decisions, then you are replaceable. You have to put yourself in a company of one. You are unique because of all the value you provide, because of all the different things that you do for a customer. You're not just a pooper scooper. You are a trusted partner. You are walking their yards multiple times to make sure everything's picked up. You're locking the gate and taking pictures of the gate, so you're giving them peace of mind. You're either hauling the waste away or you're double bagging the waste so it doesn't stink up their garbage can. If you pigeonhole yourself as just a pooper scooper and you try to compete with your competitors, you are just a number and you are easily replaceable. I don't ever care what my competition is doing. I pay attention to what my competition is doing, and truthfully, I lose out on a lot of business because I'm the highest price scooper in my state, and people, the bottom feeders, the bootlickers, they come to me looking for price comparison, and I'm not interested in being compared to anyone. I am myself, and I provide a shit ton of value, and that's how you need to be with your business. It's any business, not just being a pooper scooper. You are providing value to customers, and do not price yourself as a commodity. I'm going with a DBA, not an LLC. What specific insurance do you recommend? Is it legally needed? I seen the one for $139 a year. I was a DBA for the first 3 years, and then I converted to an LLC beginning of this year. I believe the insurance you're referring to is petcarehinds.com. Hold on one second. This might be the insurance that you're referring to. Pet care insurance, $139 a year. I have this insurance. I also have another provider that I use through Allstate. This insurance is really good. To answer your question, is it legally needed? I mean, insurance is there for, it's not even share my screen. Sorry about that. Pet care insurance. This is the insurance that I was talking about. $139 a year. This is the insurance that I have before, as well as another provider through Allstate. To answer your question, is it legally needed? I mean, insurance is there to cover your ass when you most need it. I don't think you ever need insurance, but when it comes to commercial accounts, almost all of them will require you to have some sort of liability insurance. When you start having employees, you're going to have workman's comp insurance as well. So if you want to risk it for the biscuit and save yourself $139 a year, just to not have coverage, then I mean, you can risk everything, and then the moment a dog escapes the yard and gets hit by a car and they die and you get blamed, like, what are you going to do about that? That's a super scary situation, and you never want to be in that. Don't put yourself in that situation in the first place. But in case accidents happen, because life is full of accidents, you need to have some sort of insurance to cover your ass. So let's go back to Jobber Summit. I've seen Jobber offer tax services with H&R Block. They will file all your taxes or just what is through your business. I'm not sure what tax services they have with H&R Block. That's actually pretty cool. But most likely they will just, I mean, this is me spitballing because I have no idea. I'm talking out of my ass. But I'm assuming it's just going to be your business, and then you'll have to probably pay extra to do the rest of your taxes. So I would actually look into that more because I'm not really sure. So back to what I was saying, there are 3 different track sessions, right? If you want to learn the basics of how to standardize your operations, build processes, and make your business run smoothly, that would be the organized track. You would have 3 different trainings to watch during Jobber Summit. How to succeed in your first year of business. This is really good for a lot of the new scoopers out there, because I know I have a lot of new scoopers that watch my channel. How to succeed in your first year of business. From startup stumbles to success stories, learn how to navigate your first year from pros who have been there. Oh, Erica Kruppen, she's actually speaking on this one. So if you are a pooper scooper and you're in your first year in business, I highly, 1,000 times suggest that you go to this organized track and watch How to Succeed in Your First Year of Business, because there's going to be a pooper scooper who's going to share her experience on how she succeeded in her first year. So that's super exciting. Pricing for profit. Right after that, it's ditch the guesswork and price it right. Learn pricing strategies to grow your profits. And then grow your business with social media. This is super important, especially in our digital age. Grow from likes to leads. Mobilize your social media networks to grow your business. So this sounds like an awesome track. Maybe you're not ready. Maybe you're past the organization phase and you want to grow your business. Grow. Discover how to scale your business to increase revenue, expanding your team, and attracting new customers. The ultimate financial checklist for success. Numbers don't lie. Learn how to decode your financial info to power your decision making. Leverage the power of data-driven marketing to generate more leads. Convert clicks into clients. Use the right data to get the best marketing results. And then designing an effective employee training program. Turn new hires into top performers. Foolproof training strategies to get the most out of your employees. That one's also really interesting to hear. Maybe you're past organizing. Maybe you're past growing. Now you want to be as efficient as possible. You want to optimize. Master your business and maximize efficiency with the right tools, automation, and streamline operations. Scale your marketing the right way. Just throwing new marketing tactics at the wall to see what sticks isn't going to cut it. Expand your reach farther, faster with this foolproof marketing strategy. And then the next session would be how to recruit the best talent as a busy entrepreneur. Go beyond job boards, learn how to elevate your hiring game and attract top talent. And then automation real talk, what, when, and how to automate. This is something I'm super interested in. I'm implementing a bunch of different automations in my own business just to keep on top of my own workflows and as well as on top of my customers. So work smarter, not harder. Use technologies and automations to your advantage and take your business to the next level. So if you just joined us, remember this is for Jobber Summit 2024. It's happening March 6, 2024. Make sure you go to poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit so you can register and don't miss out on all the amazing learning that you will have at this event. Is Jobber the best software for this business? Is there any that are cheaper that you have used before versus Jobber? I'm always going to praise Jobber. Jobber has transformed my business completely. I'm able to automate a bunch of my workflows. emails, notifications, text notifications. I have an intake form on my website through Jobber, so someone can answer a bunch of pre-qualifying questions, agree to my terms of service through my intake form, and they get added into Jobber, and then I'm able to send them a quote right then and there, ask for a deposit and a credit card on file. All through Jobber, and I just do everything with Jobber. So I can't really speak about other software out there. There's a plethora of other software, but specifically for our scooping industry, there's another software out there for scoopers, but I only ever use Jobber, so I can only speak about my Jobber experience. What is an environmentally friendly way to haul away and dispose of poop? At beginning, I can just bring my own car, but 50 plus customers, that's a lot of poop. Well, I service 84 weekly customers right now, and I still haul all the poop away in the trunk of my car. I don't have a truck. My fiance doesn't have a truck. We haul it in the trunk of our cars. I know some scoopers, they'll get a large plastic bin that they'll put inside their trunk so they can haul the waste away. I actually just use a 30-gallon trash bag and I put all the poop bags in there so it's not just sloshing around my trunk. I wish I could have a truck, but I'm still in baby steps of paying down loans, saving up money. I got a wedding to pay for this year, so it's really hard for me to buy a truck right now. So I'm hoping I'll buy a truck within the next 2 to 3 months, depending on how spring rush goes. But I would suggest getting yourself like a large plastic bin from Sam's Club or Home Depot, putting that in your trunk, and then putting all your poop bags in that plastic bin, and then that way you can wash the bin at the end of each day, just so it doesn't completely stink. And then another thing you can do is if you have a hitch on your car, you can add a trailer to it, like a small 2-wheel trailer, and just put your poop bags on the trailer. I know a lot of scoopers out there, they'll do that, or they also, I don't know what it's called, but it's like those stands that they put in the back of their cars to put like a bike or like a rack. It's a sort of trunk rack that you put outside of your car, and then they'll put plastic bins on the rack, and that's where they'll put their poop bags on the bin, so you don't have to put it inside your car, because it sucks hauling dog poop inside my car. It stinks so bad, especially during the summertime. I hate it. Right in your garbage can though, or you go and pay a dump fee. 84 customers is a lot of poop. I put it in my trash can. I also have a contract with some of my commercial accounts where we use their dumpsters. So yes, hauling the waste away is part of being a pooper scooper, unless you don't haul away the waste, but then you also can't charge premium prices, I mean. So if you haul it away, you have to either put it in your trash can, rent out a second trash can, because after a while it does become a lot of poop, or work with a local business. I know bars are pretty receptive to some sort of contract because their dumpsters already smell disgusting. It's food and alcohol and vomit and all sorts of stuff. Like, you can imagine what you'll find at a bar dumpster, but if you go to a bar, you can talk to the bar owner and say, hey, I have a scooping business and I want to use your dumpster. Can I pay you X amount to rent out your dumpster and I can dump there? And I've heard a couple of scoopers that have done that successfully. So work with other businesses out there to see if you can use their dumpster, or go to the dump, because that's just what you have to do, or you deal with it and you put it in your own dumpster. Congrats on the wedding. Thank you, Fritz. I sincerely appreciate it. We did a video together last week. We did a Jobber video. So that was her first time being on one of my YouTube videos. So I was super excited to have that experience with her. Can you provide one example of your contract, or is it pretty easy to find an example online for this service? So there are no examples online for this type of contract. I actually have Let me see if I can pull this up. I actually have a contract available on my website. I actually have a terms of service and a contract template for pet waste removal services. I've used this contract specifically for commercial accounts, but you can use it for residential accounts. So I would suggest this because I really haven't found anything on Google on a specific contract template for pet waste removal services. Now, there are contract templates out there for a bunch of stuff, all kinds of stuff, but you would have to wordsmith it to meet the needs of your business. This contract template is specifically for pooper scoopers, and I made this, and it's available on my website. With automatic payments, how do you charge based off of 4 or 5 weeks in a month, or do you just keep price the same? Constantly changing the price for auto payment seems like a lot. So for auto payments, so there are 2 ways I can answer this question. So in the past, when I did post pay, let's say I would charge $20 for 2 dogs a week, for example, I would just charge them $20 for 2 dogs a week. Now that I'm making them prepay, I take the average of the months, right? So in this example, if we're charging people $20, let me just pull up my calculator. I'll see if I can do this live for you. Present. Is there a way to pull up my calculator? Oh, here we go. Can you see this? Okay, so if we're doing the average for prepayment monthly, right? So if I'm charging $20 for 2 dogs a week and it's weekly, so it's 20 times 52, that's 1,040 in the entire year, and then you divide that by 12, which is $86.66. So that's their monthly price for 2 dogs a week at $20 weekly. So you can do that with any number. $25 for 3 dogs. Times that by 52, that's $1,300 a year. Divide that by 12, $108.33. That's their monthly price for 3 dogs a week at $25 a week. So you want to take the average price for the months if you're going to do prepayment, and that's how you do one price. Because I agree with you, if you change for 4 or 5 weeks of the month, it gets really annoying, and that's frankly not scalable. So you want to do the average. This takes into account the months. This takes into account months that have 4 or 5 weeks. So I would suggest doing that. Going back to Jobber Summit. So are you ready to reach new heights? Don't miss out on the chance to join thousands of other home service pros for a day of learning to reach new heights of success and help you run a smoother business on March 6, 2024. poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit. Don't miss out. There will be so much to learn and so many applicable things you can take advantage of and just blow your business up. Make 2024 the year you take your business to the next level. Frequently asked questions. Is Jobber Summit for me? If you're a leader in a home service business, owner, manager, lead admin, etc., then Jobber Summit is for you. This event is for both Jobber customers and non-customers. I forgot to mention, you do not need to be a Jobber customer to participate in Jobber Summit. This is a completely free online event. This is an event that Jobber does for the community at large, just to help elevate our industries. So even if you're not a Jobber customer, you can participate and learn and register for Jobber Summit 2024, March 6, 2024. How do I know I'm registered for the event? You should receive a confirmation email when you register, and please check your spam folders. If you can't find the email, then contact events@Jobber. Why should I attend? What will I learn? We built Jobber Summit to provide business leaders with actionable advice and new strategies to implement across all areas of their business. You choose what sessions to attend based on your business goals and challenges. Networking with other business owners is also a huge part of Jobber Summit, so you can build a community of other business leaders to learn from. Do I have to be at Jobber Summit live? Will the recordings be available after? We recommend attending live so you get the most out of the event, to enjoy the live chats and take advantage of live networking. I'm going to be there live, so you'll be able to see me and chat with me live there as well. The event will run twice, once in the morning and once in the evening. You can attend sessions during either event or both. You can so you can virtually attend around your busy schedule. The majority of the sessions will be available as recordings after the event, but some will only be available for a limited time. To ensure you get full access, please make sure you register for Jobber Summit, as well as we'll be sending an email out after the event with a link to the recording so you can watch or rewatch the sessions. How do I access the event? Anyone who has registered will receive a personal link to access the event in your confirmation email. We will send a reminder email with your link on the day of the event. How do I ensure I have a smooth event experience? This event will work best within Google Chrome or Firefox, so we recommend that you use these browsers. Jobber Summit 2024, March 6, 2024, poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit to register today and take your business to the next level. I'm aiming for strictly auto pay unless paid in cash, obviously. Just don't want to be chasing people down for money or taking their word that they'll pay next week. I'm telling you, man, require cards on file. Ask for deposits. Ask for prepayments. You do not want to be chasing people down. I wasted so much time in my first year. I lost out on a lot of money in my first year because I did everything in Venmo, because I didn't have a way to save their card on file. So I would do a bunch of work for someone and then they would just ghost me for days and weeks. And I had to sit there sucking my thumb, waiting for them, hoping that they'll have a good heart and change their mind and pay me what they owe me. And most of the time, people don't care. Most of the time, people have busy lives. They are frantically living their own lives because the world is crazy. And sometimes people aren't trying to take advantage of you, but they just forget because they're overwhelmed with their own work, with debt, with their marriage. Whatever the excuse, whatever the reason, people's lives are busy. Look at your own life. Your life is busy too, and there are times where things fall through the cracks. So make your life easier. Require people to be on auto pay. If you have a way to save their card on file, save their card on file. Ask for deposits. It will make your life a lot easier. So, because you made it this far into the live stream, we're about to unbox this Jobber Summit box. I have no idea what's in here. So bear with me and keep asking me all kinds of questions because I love answering your questions and helping out as much as possible. So if you have any pressing questions about your poop scooping business, about being an entrepreneur, about owning a small business, about anything, share your questions in the chat while we unbox this Jobber Summit box. Uh-oh. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Oh, can't open it. Oh, there's there's still more things to cut. Bum ba bum. Oh shit. Oh, what? I was just talking about this book, Atomic Habits. Yo, that's so cool. Oh, that's so awesome. James Clear, one of the hosts and keynote speakers at Jobber Summit 2024, Atomic Habits. This is so awesome. I am super happy. I'm super happy about this with the Jobber bookmark. That is so dope. I was not expecting that. Jobber Summit. We saved you a virtual seat at Jobber Summit March 6, 2024. Join us at Jobber Summit, our free online event where home service business owners and management team can connect with their community and get the expert advice they need to reach new heights. Help us spread the word. Share our event with your community using Jobber Summit and get ready to learn. We include a Jobber notepad to help you capture all the valuable insight coming your way. Hell yeah. That is so awesome. Jobber Summit notepad for all the notes to take. Super dope, super dope. Jobber sticker, love it. Building habits in the present allows you to do more of what you want in the future. James Clear. Everyone gets a vacation. I say I go to Florida for a week. How do I go about with keeping customers happy when I'm skipping a week? Well, you just put in your terms of service that if you have to skip a week because of whatever reason, you're doing double duty next week, and unless they're picking up after themselves, then you're just going to charge them double. And 9 times out of 10, people are going to understand because you are also human and you deserve vacation. If someone wants to argue with you about that, I mean, fire them. Because what are you going to do? Are you going to work during Christmas time? Are you going to work during Thanksgiving time? No, you should be spending time with your family. When you grow your business, are you going to make your employees work during Christmas time? Unless they want to get paid time and a half, right? That's different. Are you going to require them to work during holidays? No. So you always have to put stuff in your terms of service saying your rules of engagement. So tell them, like I said, you're going to be doing double duty next week if you skip, and unless they pick up after themselves, then no, there's no refunds, there's no credits, you'll be scooping like normal. With the recession coming, has business slowed down this year? People have been saying there's a recession coming for the past 2 years, that there's going to be a soft landing with the economy. We've also seen plenty of other recessions in the past 20-30 years. This industry has been around for 30 plus years, and I know scoopers who have been around for 30 plus years. The recession is the best time to start a business. Everyone is going to be floundering. Everyone's going to be freaking out. Small businesses, not just consumers, but other small businesses, everyone's going to be freaking out, and they're going to try to save as much money as possible because they're worried about a recession. That is the best time to put your foot on the pedal and maximize your marketing, because no one else is going to be doing their marketing because they're so afraid. Uber started during a recession. There are hundreds and hundreds of very successful Fortune 500, Fortune 100 businesses that started during recession. So as long as you are focused on your value proposition, as long as you are focused on not being a priced commodity and more of a valued service, and as long as you're advertising to the affluent market, right? Sure, if there's a recession, people in lower to middle income households, they probably will cancel services. But if you're targeting people 60, 70, 80, $100,000 a year household income, they're not going to be impacted by the recession. They might tighten their belt a little bit to cut down on cost. But during recessions, the affluent market, they continue spending as much money as possible because that's just who they are. They made a lot of money and they earn that money to spend it. So during recessions, it's mostly the middle to lower income households that suffer the most, and higher income households, it's all gravy for them. It doesn't really affect them at all. Denti Nice. You know what? I'm about to have some gum right now. I've been talking for a whole hour. I'm a little parched. Built with purpose. Builder's protein. Hell yeah. What's this? Maynard's Fuzzy Peach. Hell yeah. Never had these before. I don't know what they are. Swedish fish? Swedish fish? Fuzzy Peach and Swedish Fish. That's super dope. What's this? Kicking Horse Coffee, 3 Sisters. Organic ground coffee medium roast. What? This is super cool. I've never had this brand before. This coffee kicks ass. This coffee kicks ass. Why? It's delicious. It's all organic and fair trade. It's roasted right in the Rocky Mountains. It's meant to wake up the world. Wake up with us. I respect it. I respect it. And a jobber pen for all the jobber notes I'm taking at Jobber Summit 2024. So this was super, super awesome unboxing. I totally was not expecting Atomic Habits, Tiny Changes, Remarkable Results, James Clear, an easy and proven way to build good habits and break bad ones. One of the keynote speakers at Jobber Summit 2024. poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit if you want to register. Not if, now that you are going to register because of everything that you learned about Jobber Summit today on this live stream. I highly, highly, highly implore you to sign up to Jobber Summit this year. It's going to be amazing. There's a Three Sisters Cafe in Niagara Falls Casino. I wonder if it's the same. Three Sisters. I think the brand is Kicking Horse Coffee, and then this coffee flavor is Three Sisters. I could be wrong because it's Kicking Horse Coffee, and then this coffee kicks ass. So I think that's the name of the company. I'm not sure. Kicking Horse Coffee Co. Yeah, so the company is called Kicking Horse Coffee. Interesting. That's super awesome. What else you guys got? I'm here for a little bit more. Make sure you reach out for any questions, concerns, comments, feedback. If you didn't know, I also have, I brought it up before, but I have a website, poopscoopsfornoobs.com. I have a bunch of articles that I've made for the scooping industry. I talked about the 18 best professional pooper scooper tools, the best pet waste removal business equipment under $50, some popular posts, how much money I made in my second year, how to bid for apartment complexes, the best tips to start a dog poop removal business, how to make money with a pooper scooper business. I have a lot of really great articles on my website. I have a bunch of services and products available on my website. If you want some videos done by yours truly, if you want some before and after pictures, if you want a terms of service, a contract template, if you want a 2-hour coaching call with me, all of that is available on poopscoopsfornoobs.com. I also have a newsletter, The Scoop Report. The Scoop Report is my newsletter that I sent out to people across the pooper scooper space. I talk about key strategies. I talk about stuff that I don't share on my YouTube channel. There are some exclusive stuff that I only talk about in my newsletter. You can see some of my previous newsletter articles that I sent out on the Scoop Report, but there are even some that I don't show in this feed because I left it exclusively for my newsletter subscribers. So if you go on poopscoopsfornoobs.com, you can sign up to the Scoop Report, or there will be a sign up form all over my page to sign up to the Scoop Report. I love writing my newsletter. I share some deep tactics about how I'm running my business, a lot of the marketing stuff that I did when I talked about my door hanger and some of the special projects that I'm implementing for my pooper super business. So if you want tactical advice for your own business for pooper scoopers, sign up to the Scoop Report. Gift ideas for customer dogs around holidays, or just be loyal for a time frame. Anything dog related, branded, you can do a dog leash, you can do doggy bowls, you can do tennis balls, you can give them a picture frame with paw prints, right? Something that I like doing when a dog dies is I'll send them a sympathy card. I know that's not what you asked, right? You asked about holidays, but you can I give sympathy cards when their dog dies. So you can give holiday cards for their pets and just write a really nice note. I sent out, my fiance and we sent out holiday cards to all of our customers, past and previous customers, a holiday card just thanking them for being part of our journey. And I also highlighted, hey, by the way, we have a referral program. If you refer us to someone, we're going to do XYZ for you, whether that's scoop your yard for free or donate money to an animal shelter or whatever. You can incorporate whatever kind of thank you that you're giving to your customers, because they are the one, they took care of you, right? So you want to take care of them, and it's just your imagination. Your imagination can go wild, so you can offer all sorts of stuff. But dog branded toys, those are always a really good idea, and I have some of those branded toys as one of the secret projects that I'm doing with all my customers. How did you get the commercial contracts? Did you contact them or they reach out to you? How about working alongside with a landscape business? So when it comes to commercial accounts, most of the time they will find you on Google. So that's why it's so important to have a Google business profile, or on your marketing materials on Facebook and online, say that you also service commercial properties. You need to put yourself out there for people to know that you exist. And then I'm part of an association in my state where there are other property managers and apartment complexes, HOAs. A lot of their stakeholders and business leaders are part of this association. So I joined that association. I paid an annual due so I can go to these meetings where other property managers and apartment complexes and people who are part of these commercial accounts, they are there for whatever reason, and I network with them. To the point where I became a sponsor for one of their events. Sorry, for Noobs. I was a sponsor for one of their events. So if you go on my YouTube channel, just pulling this up. If you go on my YouTube channel, I have this video called, where is it? Oh, Apartments HOAs, How I Get Commercial Clients as a Pet Waste Removal Business. This video talks specifically about that trade show that I went to. I got to do a presentation during lunch, and I spoke in front of 1,500 people during that lunch promoting my business. I had a massive booth at this event, and hundreds of people came to us, asked for business cards. I got to talk to them, and this happened 9 months ago. I closed out 3 commercial accounts because of this event, and now those are commercial accounts that I'm working with on a reoccurring basis, and I signed up to be a sponsor for this year. So I have another event for this same association. There's going to be another event in April, and I'll get to do another presentation. I'll get to do another booth for this event. So I'm super excited about this year's event, because last year was crazy. It was the first time me ever doing a trade show, and I had no idea what to expect. Now this year, I already have the previous trade shows experience. I already know a lot of people there, and I think it's gonna be a really positive experience this year. So that's what I would recommend. I would recommend joining networking groups, joining associations where other property managers and HOAs, presidents, or managers, admins, they are a part of, and network with them. That's the only way you'll get in front of people, and then putting that information on your website and on Facebook. Price dependent. Say I charge $80 a month. I finished a scoop today, but they asked to come again in 2 days because they're having a party. What do you charge based off of them being a paying customer already? My buddy said he would ask his customer for me to also help him, but they pay $30 a week for cut. Oh, let me go back to this first. How about working alongside with a landscaping business? I know there are some very successful scoopers out there who are partnering with landscaping business, I think one of the biggest struggles that you'll run into, especially during the springtime, will be people are going to ask you to change their scooping day because they want their yard scooped before their landscaper. And me personally, I don't move my day at all. You are scooped on a Saturday because that's where we're in your area. And if that doesn't work for them, then it doesn't work for them. But there are thousands of landscapers out there. There are only hundreds, maybe dozens, maybe not even dozens of pooper scoopers in your area. It completely depends on where you are, but don't move your schedule around for other people because they want the landscaper to come after you scoop. That's not fair to them. No, screw that shit, you know? So yes, you should partner with other businesses, landscapers, dog trainers, dog breeders, pet stores. You should have referral partners with a bunch of different companies. So they're constantly sending you fresh new leads, and you're also reciprocating, sending them fresh leads. That's what a referral partner is. And if you can work out a way with a landscaper where you create some sort of package for your customers, they get your scooping service and someone's landscaping service for a super cheap price, you should do it. I know a lot of landscapers where they hate scooping. They don't want to they already deal with enough dog shit on their mowers and their weed whackers and their boots, and they hate picking up dog poop. So most of the time, they're not going to do it. And then there are other landscapers who they'll just add that as a service. So then that's another person you'll have to compete against. But after a while, they just get tired of it because it takes a special kind of person to pick up dog poop. Price dependent, I say you charge $80. What do you charge off of them being a paying customer already? Honestly, it really depends on if I like the customer or not. But if you have to go back to their house again after 2 days, it really depends on how far they are. But I would probably charge them for the week visit again, because it takes time and gas to drive. It takes time and energy to walk the property. It takes money and time to haul it away. So I wouldn't do it depends on your price. I probably wouldn't even do a 50% discount. I probably would charge the whole price if I like the customer. If I don't, I'll take that back. If I like the customer, I might give them some sort of discount, maybe $5 off, for example. But at the end of the day, you have to make money. You're a business. You're going out of your way to go to their house again after 2 days. That could be time that you could be servicing someone else and making money. So if your math still works out and you're making $1 or $2 a minute when you go back and you give them a discount, then that's fine. But if it's someone that you don't like, or you can just tell they don't respect you because you could pick up dog shit, then charge them the full price. You know, people think just because you pick up dog poop that you're not a business owner, and that's completely not true, and that they can take advantage of you. No, charge the full price as long as you're making $1 a minute, $2 a minute. My buddy said he would ask his customers for me to also help him, but they pay $30 a week for cut. It's tough because you have to make money too. People with money may pay, but tough. Comes down to the value. Comes down to the relationships you build with your customers. I know it's possible to have a partnership with a landscaper where you're both making decent money and you're also giving a perceived value to your customers, but it also depends on who are you marketing to. If you're marketing to middle to lower income households, you'll probably have a lot of customers who are paying super cheap prices, but then they won't have any disposable income to pay extra. Or you market towards higher end paying customers, affluent customers in super rich neighborhoods, and they have that FU money to spend. And if you have that brand, that recognition, if you can build those relationships, you make them feel some type of way, a positive way, then they're going to pay whatever you ask them for because they value your services that much. Are you providing any other service like spraying the area after scooping the poop? Why? I'm glad you ask. Because in fact, we do offer another service other than scooping the poop, and that would be the Wishy Wash Sanitizer. The Wishy Wash Sanitizer is a highly effective sanitizing system designed for comprehensive and efficient cleaning of pet waste management. It is an invaluable tool for pet waste removal businesses as it helps in effectively sanitizing and deodorizing areas where pets frequent. So you can get yourself a Wishy Wash, poopscoopsfornoobs.com/wishy wash. I love this spray. You connect it to their hose, or you can also fill up a backpack sprayer with the solution from the Wishy Wash, and then you spray down their yard. It makes their yard smell a lot better, especially kennel areas. If a dog is in that kennel for like hours and hours on end, like they'll pee and poo in that same spot, and then those kennel areas smell disgusting. But then if you spray it down with a Wishy Wash, they end up smelling really, really clean. So if you want to have a cross-sell or an upsell opportunity in your business and make your average ticket price higher, implementing some sort of sanitizing spray, deodorizer spray to your services, whether that's an add-on or just included in your base product or your base service, I highly suggest that. There's also the option of doing fruit pickups. There are some houses where they might have a bunch of apples, peaches, fruits, nuts all over the ground, and someone has to pick it up. So you can offer to do some sort of fruit pine cone pickup service where you're scooping their fruits and you're hauling it away, or you're throwing it in their trash can. So that's another way, that's another service that you can implement in your poop scooping business because you're already there and you're already seeing the yard. You can do trash pickup. Some yards are super disgusting because their dogs bring trash outside. So you can do trash pickup as well. There's all sorts of, there's the thing with this question, like, are any other service, like you are a business owner and it's your business, you can provide whatever service that you want that makes sense for dog owners or pet owners. You can do dog walking, you can do dog sitting, you can do valet dog services. So you take people's dogs to their doctor's appointments or to the groomer. Like, if you have an imagination, you can think about what are things busy dog owners need or want in their life, and think about it. People who are hiring pooper scoopers is because they're super busy, because they're overwhelmed with life, because they want to have one less thing to worry about. So you have to think through what are those other things they'd rather not do, and you can offer that as a service. Have you ever had a customer not answer the door or respond and walk back and then let the dogs out? That's probably my biggest fear. Yes, that's happened to me a couple times. Like I got bit once right on my ass cheek last year or 2 years ago now. It was a horrible experience. So in those situations, if you know they have aggressive dogs, excuse me, if you know they have aggressive dogs, you have to tell the customers, like, I'm not going into your yard until we receive a text confirmation. And in those situations when a dog comes out and they weren't expecting, they didn't know that you were there, the best thing that you have to do is immediately face the dog, put your equipment in between you and the dog, especially if the dog starts lunging at you or growling at you. Keep your equipment in between you and the dog and start backing up towards the fence or towards the gate. Dogs will try to run around you and try to get you out of vulnerable area. So you always want to make sure your back is against a fence or against the wall and you have your equipment between you and them so you can push them off or shove your rick into their mouth. Because if a dog starts lunging at you and starts actively trying to bite you, then you have full authority to defend yourself because that dog is trying to hurt you, you know? most of the time, 99% of the time, if a dog comes out, they're scared. They're just going to bark at you because you're in their home. They're trying to protect their family. They have no idea what you're doing. You're literally walking in their bathroom. So they're just super nervous that you're around. And most of the time, like it'll be annoying if you have a dog that's uncomfortable and they're just barking at you the whole time. But it's been a while since I felt fear for myself or for my fiance with a dog coming out and like almost attacking us. Now we have a lot of dogs that come out in the yards, and like we love spending time with dogs. Sometimes there are some dogs that are super annoying and like they have high pitch barks and it's super difficult to concentrate, but there are plenty of other yards where the dogs are amazing and they're super nice, and you can see that some of these dogs are neglected because the yard is trash, and you just know that dog is happy that you're there because you can give that dog a little bit of love for one time a week, and then you don't know what happens to them until you come back. Like I've seen a lot of neglected dogs, and that's one of the things that sucks about being a pooper scooper, because you really do see some of these animals suffer, but then that also gives you purpose that, wow, I am able to provide a better quality of life for these dogs. And that just makes me happy that I can help them out in that way. Any other questions? It's been a really productive live stream. Jobber Summit 2024, poopscoopsfornoobs.com/Jobber Summit. It's been super nice chatting with you all. A lot of great questions. I love doing these live streams. It's super fun. It's a lot. So if there are no other questions, everyone, I appreciate your time today. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. And I'll see you on the next scoop. And as always, acknowledge it now. Bye.